We'll get started with the session, demo session for today. And so we'll be discussing on DevOps and cloud in this demo session. So first, we will see the agenda for today. So in this agenda, we'll be first starting with a brief introduction. Okay. And we will talk about who is eligible for this DevOps and cloud course. And also we will see what is cloud and DevOps course, like what is cloud and what is DevOps, and we will see overall agenda of this particular course. So in this course, what all we are going to cover. And next we will be discussing about why DevOps and why DevOps is a game changer and trending in 2025. We'll see some scenarios like why it is trending and why organizations are preferring DevOps. And also we will discuss about roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. This is very, very important to know. Like most of the people who are learning DevOps are not aware of like roles and responsibilities. This is very important to know. And then we will talk about the essential DevOps roadmap, like how to learn this DevOps course and what are the important tools that we need to focus on, and what is the order of learning this DevOps tools. And also we will see uh, like what are the different certifications available, and what certifications we need to do as a DevOps engineer, and what are the different job roles in demand. And after that, we'll see some resume tips, like how we have to prepare a resume, and also how we have to do a job search, right? At the end, we will take all your questions, and we are happy to answer your questions. Okay. Now, this is the overall agenda. Hope this agenda is clear to you. All right. Okay, so initially we'll get started with the introduction. So about IT Talent Hub, it's one of the largest independent IT community with over 1500 plus community members, and we are into market from past 10 plus years into IT training and career development. And our office is located in Ilford, UK, and it's near Queen Elizabeth Lane. And we have a comprehensive support, like different backend teams who are working in different roles like training, networking, and recruitment, and all of this. And these are our clients and our success stories. Like these are the candidates who got placed in the companies recently, and like most recently, two candidates got selected in the like placements. And why IT Talent Hub? Because we have a exclusive job training and support program here, and we have expert trainers who are 11 plus years of experience, 10 plus and 11 plus years of experience, and the curriculums that are designed are aligned to the current job market of UK. And we have from the last month we have 10 plus students who got placed into the different roles. And as mentioned, like we have dedicated teams who are working in the background to support all in different roles. Okay, like resume preparation, as well as the training, as well as the live projects, and all of this are included in this. And interview preparations as well, like we'll be conducting mock interviews, and we'll be guiding you through the interviews, right? This is about the IT Talent Hub. And to introduce myself, I'm Janjirala Kiran Kumar, and I'm a DevOps engineer and a trainer, also a dedicated subject matter expert in DevOps and cloud solutions architect. And I have over 11 plus years of experience and possessing a master degree. And these are the global certifications that I hold. Most of the certifications are from AWS, like AWS DevOps Engineer Professional, Solutions Architect Associate, SysOps Administrator, and also Cloud Practitioner, Azure Fundamentals. And apart from that, I also hold AWS Academy certifications as well. I am 4x AWS and 1x Azure certified. And these are the trainings that I have delivered. So I have delivered trainings on DevOps Engineer Professional and all the DevOps open source tools like Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, and also GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, and all of this. And like all of these are open source tools. And apart from that, I also have delivered AWS official courses like Solutions Architect Associate, Technical Essentials, and Cloud Practitioner, and all. And I have delivered the trainings to participants over 4,500 plus, and also offline and classroom based, right? So this is about me, and a quick introduction about yourself will give me an idea to understand your profile. Just a quick introduction. You can just mention your name and background and a current role and all. Yeah, this is enough. Please go ahead. Anyone?
Yeah, first let me
Yeah, please go ahead.
hi, Aisha. I'm Lakshmi Prasanna Jasti. Currently, I'm pursuing masters in project management. Actually, I
Okay.
have 7.5 years of work experience as a web developer.
Hmm.
Till now, I worked in most of the Microsoft technologies like .NET, say, .NET Entity Framework, and .NET Core.
Okay.
So now I want to learn DevOps with Azure, so to become a full stack developer here in UK.
Okay. Right. So yeah, like what are your expectations from this course? Like if you join this course, like what are your expectations? What do you think should be
Uh,
included, or yeah?
I want to learn full DevOps about how to build CI/CD pipelines,
Okay.
and I want to know because DevOps means it's all about related to deployment related process, right? Like
Yes,
virtual
yes.
machines, everything.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
serverless.
Hmm. Okay.
So I want to learn all of the things related to deployments and everything.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Thank you, Lakshmi, for your introduction. Yeah. Others, please go ahead with your quick introduction.
Hi all, I'm Siri. I
Yeah.
recently graduated in UK in University of Hertfordshire. So I'm
Mhm.
just looking for a course to get into a job in UK.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you are opting for DevOps and cloud. Do you have any idea about this? Like what is DevOps and cloud? Just a basic idea or understanding of this.
Yeah, I do have a little idea, but not in depth of practical
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Siri, for your introduction. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Vidya, please. Can you introduce yourself? A quick introduction.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Vidya,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm currently pursuing project management in DMU, Demonfort
Mm-hmm.
University in UK.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to get job in UK, and before a masters, I have experience of 3 years in TCS
Okay.
in cybersecurity.
Mhm.
Domain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's
No. All right. So any like idea about DevOps and cloud? Like, do you
no,
have
I
any?
don't have much knowledge in that, but I'm
Okay.
interested. Yeah.
Right. 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 Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Okay. Yeah. We'll get started with actual eligibility, like who can learn this DevOps and who can become a DevOps engineer. And also we will see what are the different roles which we can join when we learn this DevOps course. Okay. So first we will start with eligibility. Now, DevOps is not only meant for IT people. Okay, so whether you can be from IT or non-IT background, so you can join DevOps and you can become a DevOps engineer. And also mention like fresh graduates and students and other IT professionals who are from different backgrounds as well, and software developers, system administrators, IT support engineers, and cloud and security professionals. All these profiles are eligible for DevOps. Okay. Now anyone can become a DevOps engineer, but the thing is like we must have a good interest on learning all the new tools. Okay, DevOps tools, and we'll be discussing what are the different DevOps tools that we come across and that we cover in our course. Okay, so that we will see. Yeah, before getting started, I think uh, someone have joined. Could you please introduce about yourself, Niluka, if I'm
Hi,
not
can you
wrong?
hear
And
me?
yeah, yes, yeah. Please go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I am new to IT. So I'm coming from a finance background, and I'm exploring ways to get into the IT because I'm new to the IT. So that's why, because I'm coming from my accounting background, I do have financial accounting bachelor's, and sure, that's why I'm here.
Okay, okay, fine. Any idea about DevOps and cloud, like what it is, and did you get a chance to work on this, or?
Uh, uh, I have very basic understanding because colleagues in my company, they gave me like a very high level overview saying, okay, this is the cloud and kind of a thing. So still my view is cloud is up in the sky, up in the sky because that's a
Mhm.
cloud I know because I'm not.
Okay,
So
okay,
sorry about
okay.
that, but so I believe this particular I'm exploring still whether it is the right area, or if I'm going into that area, what type of a courses or what type of opportunities I have within the industry kind of a thing. So that's yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we'll cover overall agenda is like how to become a DevOps engineer and what are the tools and technologies that we need to focus on, and what are the skill set that we need to improve, like what are the areas to improve if you are already working in some roles, right? And also we'll see the current job market in UK, and we will also see whether we can get the job or not. Like we'll go through some of the job portals, or we can even go through Google, where you can simply search for the different job roles available for DevOps engineer, and we will see everything practically. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Hi, Kiran.
Please. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Shankar,
Shankar
please.
Kiran. Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi everyone. Lakshmi, Vidya, Sri, and Nilaka. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah. So I'm myself a coordinator. So who will be handling this particular session? Okay. So yes, Kiran will be representing the session completely on technical side, right? And yes, you can ask all your technical doubts or any relevant questions you have. You can ask out with Kiran, and we are already in contact with Lakshmi and Vidya. So and Siri and Nilka. So if it's possible, can you provide your contact information so that our team will connect back and will share you the details of the program, and as well as we'll share you the recording of the session too. Nilka?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it via chat?
Yes, you can just connect via chat. That's all
Okay.
right.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So you can able to access the chat, right, Nilka?
Seems to be chat
Uh,
isn't available, it
isn't
says.
available, might be. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
be sharing you a form actually in Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can just go to that form and fill up the details. That is all right.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah,
then
okay.
myself or my team will be reaching out to you.
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah,
just
thank you.
posted the form in Q&A. So you can visit that form.
Uh, Q&A. Yes. Yeah, I can see
You can, right?
form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fill it. Yeah.
Yes, you can fill out the form. And also Siri, you can also fill out the form, Siri. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are going into the Q&A, you can view the form there. Yeah. Yes. Thanks, Kiran. You can go ahead. Yes.
Thank you, Shankar. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Okay, yeah. Then we'll proceed with the actual session. Okay, so as we are discussing about the first slide that talks about the eligibility for DevOps roles, like who can learn DevOps, like everyone who is interested in DevOps can learn this DevOps and become a DevOps engineer. And like as I mentioned, the like whoever wants to learn DevOps, uh, like not only from IT background, so they can be even from non-IT backgrounds as well, like fresh graduates or IT professionals. Anyone who is interested can learn DevOps and become DevOps engineer. So here, as a DevOps engineer, what actually we do, we'll be discussing about that in the coming slide. Now, this is the course overview that we are going to cover in the upcoming course. Like once you join the course, then we'll be covering all these concepts and all this content that is covered in this course. So starting from the introduction to SDLC, so we'll start from very basic. Okay, keeping in mind that everyone, like most of you are from non-IT backgrounds, some are from financial backgrounds and finance background, and keeping you in mind, we'll be starting everything from scratch, and we'll start to understand like what is SDLC, right? What is software development lifecycle, how this actually uh, followed in the organizations, and how we actually develop the applications and release to the production and all of this. And also we will discuss about DevOps core concepts and principles, where we will talk about like why DevOps. And we already have some traditional SDLC process like a waterfall model, agile model and all. And when they are available, then why we are switching from waterfall, agile to DevOps, right? This is the question that we everyone get, like what is DevOps and why DevOps. And also we will discuss about microservices and also platform architectures, like what kind of architectures that we are following, like whether it's a monolithic or microservice architecture. And also we will discuss about platforms, like what are the different target infrastructure or the services that we generally use to build and deploy our applications. Okay, and we will start the technical part. We'll be discussing about Linux operating system and also scripting, which is very, very important in DevOps. So DevOps means we can simply say it's automation. So we can say simply DevOps equal to automation. So scripting plays a prominent role. So learning scripting will help us a lot to automate the things like CI/CD pipelines and automating everything from scratch. And also we will talk about AWS cloud. Okay. So in this AWS cloud, we'll be discussing about 13 to 15 services. Okay. And which are very important for DevOps engineer to learn, which includes the compute, database, and other networking related services, and also some services which are covered. Important services are covered. And after that, we will go ahead with a version control system like Git and GitHub. Like what is the importance of version control system, why to adopt that, and what are the different types of version control systems, like local version control system, centralized, and also distributed version control system and all. After that, we will proceed with the CI/CD concepts, like what is continuous integration, what is continuous delivery, deployment, and we will talk more about pipelines, like how to build a pipeline and how actually a pipeline look like. We'll start discussion from the basic pipeline to the advanced pipeline, and also we will discuss about the virtualization. Nowadays, like virtualization and containerizations are very, very important, like technologies that we are following, important things to know, how we are containerizing our applications and deploying our applications through the two containers and managing the clusters and all. So there we will talk about Docker, which is a important tool, and Kubernetes. So very, very demanding tools, Docker and Kubernetes. Apart from that, we will also talk about infrastructure as a core, where we will talk about Terraform, which is a tool to automate the creation of infrastructure. And once we create the infrastructure, then we will use Ansible to automate the software installations or deployments or updates or managing all the infrastructure using Ansible. Okay, and then we will talk about monitoring and alerting strategies, which will help us a lot and reduce most of our like task. So it's going to continuously monitor the entire resources, and it's going to even alert us by sending some alerts. So here we will be discussing about Prometheus and Grafana, which are very, very trending tools in the market. And going forward, we will be talking about hands-on sessions as well. Like we will first discuss about the basic concepts about the entire CI/CD process. Then we will start building a CI/CD project, which is a basic project. Like we will use like some important tools and we will connect. Later on, then we will build a entire CI/CD pipeline using the like a code which is developed by the developers, and we'll pull the code from the GitHub or Bitbucket or somewhere, and we will automate the deployment of pipeline using almost all the tools, most of the tools, including security and all. Then after that, we will have a live project. Okay, as a part of this course, we'll be going through the live project, and where we actually like work as a DevOps engineer, where you will get to know like what actual DevOps engineer is going to do, and how we will coordinate with other teams like developer team, testing team, and also other different people who are working in the different roles. Okay, we will get a Jira tickets and all of this. So everything is live. So developers are going to continuously make some changes in the repositories, and as a DevOps engineer, we always take care of a deployment process. So deployment can be done either manually or like automation using different pipeline process. Okay, so this is the overall course agenda that we are going to cover in our DevOps and cloud course in upcoming sessions. Okay, any questions that you want to ask, or is this clear? Can I get a confirmation, quick confirmation?
One question. Does this course going to teach actually, because scripting, because myself, I never done scripting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
And
yeah, we do understand you, because most of the participants who are joining are from non-IT background and they are new to this all. So yeah, we keep everyone in mind, and we will cover everything from scratch, as I mentioned. So even if you are not aware of scripting, we will discuss each and everything from scripting, okay, about scripting from scratch. So not here, okay, not in this particular demo session, but in our regular courses, yeah, we do.
okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions from this agenda of the course?
Kiran, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Here you are teaching AWS, right?
Yes, yes.
So I have one doubt. Can I publish my .NET related application to AWS? Because
Yeah,
I have because .NET Core is already Microsoft technology. So then why should I consider AWS instead of Azure?
so yeah, like your question is right, but the thing is, like as a part of this particular DevOps and cloud course, so we are including AWS because as we see, as per the latest reports and analysis, so top three clouds are, first one is AWS cloud, then second goes to Azure, and third goes to GCP. So keeping everything in mind, and most of the organizations are using AWS cloud, so we have included AWS in this particular course. Of course, if you want to like go through the Azure, but here we are not going to cover Azure part. Yeah, of course you can learn Azure separately. And as you mentioned, like we can deploy that into Azure. We can even use AWS services as well for that. So if you're talking about particular AWS services, then we have similar services in AWS also. Of course, we can do that in AWS as well. So everything is possible here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions?
Again, I have one other question, Kiran.
Yeah, yeah. Please go
Here
ahead.
it's
Please go ahead.
about its Linux is whenever we are creating selecting virtual missions, this
Mhm.
Linux server we have to select, right?
Right, right, correct.
Yeah. Instead of Linux, can I select Windows Server for Azure in Azure or AWS?
Of course, we can create. We can create not only Linux, we can create Azure, like Linux, Azure, oh, sorry, Linux, Windows, and Mac also. We also have Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay, right. So this is the overall agenda, and we'll proceed with why DevOps and what is DevOps, right? So this is the question that arises in our mind, like, why should I learn DevOps? What is DevOps? That has to be clear first, right? Now we will start to we'll try to understand what is SDLC process. Okay, if you are already aware of this, you can help me to write something here. Okay, I'll be taking you through this whiteboard where we will discuss about what is SDLC. Okay, so this is the very important and basic concept to be known before proceeding with this, and we'll talk about this and proceed with the actual DevOps. Why DevOps? So this is going to answer you. Okay, so are you aware of SDLC? Like what is SDLC? Any
Yeah, I
idea
am.
about this? Yeah, please go ahead.
I learn about waterfall models and that type of things in one of the diploma course I followed.
Okay,
So in there, I learn about requirement gathering, system analysis, designing, implementation, and moving the product into the production and etc. So I
okay.
believe that's the one we will be talking here.
Yes. So yeah, we'll talk about the traditional SDLC process, like software development lifecycle process, and we'll try to understand this, and then we will discuss about like why DevOps. Okay, yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah,
So
I have one doubt,
yes, please go
Kiran.
ahead. Yeah.
Here, SDLC means here we have two types of models, right? One is waterfall model and another one is agile model. But
Okay,
DevOps follows agile model because waterfall, if we follow waterfall model, it's hard to start if any change, if clients said any changes, it's hard to start. It's hard to
perfect.
plan the things further.
Correct. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, as Lakshmi mentioned here, we have waterfall, agile. Not only these two, we have spiral and we have V model, we have iterative model, we have many types of SDLC models. Okay, so from that, waterfall and agile are more popular. Okay, waterfall and agile are more popular here. Now we'll just take one example. Okay, we'll try to understand SDLC, then we'll quickly go through the waterfall and agile process. Okay, let's say we'll take an example of a businessman. Okay, we'll take an example of a businessman. Now, this businessman, he used to sell like what we will take. Shall we take like what kind of business we'll take? Suggest me here. Clothes or electronic goods or what? Anything? Suggest me.
Electronic goods.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I was about to say ice cream because my son showed me ice cream.
Okay. Right. I'll write ice cream also. Okay. So ice cream, whatever it may be. Right. So initially, this businessman used to sell the products offline. Okay, offline. Now, offline market, like it is limited to a particular area of people who can like buy, right? Buy these products. But what if we go online? Can we sell more? Is it possible? Yes or no? When compared to offline?
Yeah.
At the beginning we can't, but with the passage of time we can by doing
Yes.
marketing.
Marketing, digital marketing and everything. Yeah, of
Mhm.
course, we can reach larger audience, right?
Yes.
So we can reach more customers through online. So like earlier it was offline, and nowadays everything is online. We are sitting at home and ordering food as well, like we are getting food delivered home, right? So the same thing this businessman thought of, and he wants to go online mode and sell to the larger audience, like larger customers. Now what he thought is like he want to build one application. So application can be like mobile application. Okay, it can be mobile application or web application, so using through web browser. So he got that idea and he thought that yeah, I need to approach someone and I need to get this application developed by someone. Now what he will do, he's going to approach any of the organization. Okay, so what kind of organization? It's a software organization. So software consulting firm or some other XYZ organization. Now what he's going to do, he's going to approach this organization, and in the beginning this organization will first receive the client and they will try to gather some information. Okay, first thing is they will do requirement analysis. So they'll be doing this requirement analysis. Now, what is this requirement analysis? First, this technical team or the product team is going to first take the requirement from the client. Like they'll be asking what is the purpose of application, what are the target audience, and what are the features that he is looking for, he or she is looking for, and that kind of information is gathered here in the first stage. Second stage, it's going to be like a plan and document. Okay, so based on this requirement analysis, what we will do, we will properly prepare the documents. So these documents plays a prominent role because in the next stages we'll be using or we'll be referring the same document. And third one is like based on this particular document we will do the design. Okay, we'll do the design process. And fourth one, it's going to be like coding, or we can say implementation. Okay, so implementation is going to be done. Next step is going to be like build and test. So building and testing. Then next step is going to be like deploy. And next one is going to be monitor. Okay, so requirement analysis, plan and doc, and design, the code, that is implementation, and building and testing and deploying and monitoring. So these are the different stages that are involved in building this application and making it live, right? So once it is live, the end users can access this application. So this is the idea behind this. Now this businessman, as he's from non-tech background, okay, let's consider this businessman don't know anything about software development process, but he is going to like ask the teams to like change the whatever the idea he has, he wants to implement that. Okay, so this is the scenario. Going forward, what we will do is like this organizations, whatever the organization that we are talking about, like software organization, they have different approaches. So we generally call this process, whatever the process that we have written, this process is called SDLC process, software development lifecycle process. Okay, so they will do all the stages and they will finally deploy the application and maintain the application, monitor, right? So this process is called SDLC process. Now organizations has different SDLC process, SDLC types. So they have to select one type. Okay, first type is like waterfall model. Second one is agile. Third one is like spiral. Fourth one is like V model. So going forward, we have lot of models available. Now from that, most popular are waterfall model and agile model. Okay, as Lakshmi mentioned, like in waterfall model, we try to talk about waterfall model. Okay, so in this waterfall model, what happens is like this is going to be like this kind of steps. Okay, like stage by stage. It's same like water falling from the top to bottom like this. So different stages. Okay, now this is going to be stage one. So same thing, whatever we have written, starting from requirement analysis, plan, doc, design, code, implement, like build, test, and deploy, monitor, everything is going to be in this particular order. So this is like requirement analysis. Okay, second stage is going to be like design. Okay, plan, document, and design. Then third stage is going to be writing the code, and fourth stage is going to be like testing. Fifth stage is going to be like deploy. Sixth stage is going to be it can be operate, or we can say monitor. Okay, so these are the different stages. Like if you observe this, this is going to be like a waterfall. Okay, so this we generally call it as a stage dependent model. Okay, stage dependent means once requirement analysis process is done, then only we will proceed to the next process, that is design process. Once design is done, then we will move ahead with the code, then we will move ahead with the testing. Now the thing is, like here we come across some kind of advantages and disadvantages both. So every model has some advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons, right? So here also the same thing repeats. And here, if I talk about advantages, okay, so instead of writing everything here, let me directly show you here. Yeah, these are the different stages that we are talking about, like requirement analysis, plan, design, deployment, testing, and maintenance, everything. So these are the different models that we have. Yeah, initially we are talking about waterfall model. So in this waterfall model, we generally call it as a linear and sequential order because this is going to follow the sequential order. Now, if I look at the advantages, now it is well structured. Okay, because everything is properly organized and every stage is like it is followed only one after the other. Okay, and this we can say it is easy to manage and suitable for projects with fixed requirement. Let's say the client, okay, we have taken the scenario of this client, right? So client, as the client is from non-technical background, let's just for an example I'm taking here. So initially client says that, yeah, I want to go with a blue color. Okay, blue color. Now later on, after like a certain point of time, client comes back and says that, no, no, blue is not looking good. I want to go with the purple color. Okay, purple color. So this is just an example that client always comes back with a change. Always client comes back with a change. So client will always look for a changes in the application to be done. So same thing, if it is a fixed requirement, like if the requirements are not changing, then we can go with waterfall. If the requirements are continuously keeps on changing, it's very hard for us to modify the code. Okay, modify everything because it is called as a stage dependent. So we have to change everything from scratch. Let's say if we are at testing is done, even we are at a deployment stage. Now at this point of time, client comes and says that, no, no, I want to make some changes. Now at that time, again, we have to start from scratch. Okay, so this is a complex process. Okay, this is a complex process, and we can say we have clear documentation. This is one of the advantage because if it is a fixed requirement, then we can prepare the documents properly, right? We can follow each and every phase properly, and also good for projects where quality is more important than speed. Okay, so if you have sufficient time, then if your focus is only on quality, then take flexible time, like whatever time you want, you take it and do it. So this we cannot complete like within short time. Okay, it will take lot of time. Okay, let's say 6 months to 1 year or even 1.5 years. So the duration is going to be like this. And what are the advantages here? Like it is rigid and it is inflexible. Just now we discussed that if you want to modify anything, we have to start everything from scratch. This is the challenging thing that we observe in waterfall model. And late stage testing, let's say this client has given us the requirement to build this application and he said that, yeah, I want different features like login, okay, login or logout. Okay, and second thing is like home page. Okay, in home page, like everything has to be properly shown, different categories. And third thing is going to be like if I click on a particular category, let's say mobiles, as we are talking about electronic goods. Okay, so in mobiles, again, it should show each and everything in detail, and all these are connected like this. Okay, so these all are features. These all are features, or we generally call it as modules and different kind of terminology. So let's consider this as features. Okay. Now client said that I want all these features. Okay. Now, so what we will do is in waterfall model, we will write the code for all the features. Let's say client said, I want 10 features. So we have to write the code for 10 features. We have to build it. We have to test it, everything for 10 features. So when we are taking more features, more number of features, when we are working on more number of features, it obviously will take time, right? So here the testing also will be at late stage. Okay, almost at the end, almost at the end of the project. Once everything is ready, then we will go ahead and test. So at that time, what happens is like when we test and identify some bugs, then again it has to start from the beginning. Okay, let's say at the time of deployment, we want to change something. Already we have spent almost 9 months to or 1 year or more than 1 year for on the particular project. We are at deployment stage and client comes and say that no, I want to make some changes here. Again, we have to spend a lot of time there. So these were the challenges that we come across with waterfall model. Okay, now let's proceed with agile model. Now agile model, what happened is like instead of writing the code for all features, okay, in this agile model, sure, why it is not showing me? Just a minute, I'll just close this and open again. It's not showing me. It's not showing the cursor. So are you aware of Orkut and Facebook?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Hope you have used Orkut, right?
Mm.
Okay. So I'm talking about agile process now. Now, before agile, I just want to give you one example. There was an application called Orkut. Okay. Orkut as well as like Facebook. We already know Facebook, right? Most of us know Facebook. And Orkut was the application. Like, may I know how many of you know Orkut? I think Lakshmi confirmed, and other than Lakshmi, anyone?
No, I never heard of
Okay.
Facebook.
No,
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Right. I think Lakshmi, you used it, right?
Yeah, I used it.
Yeah, even I used it. Okay, so in the beginning, before Facebook, Twitter, and X and all of this, we have this Orkut. Okay, we have Orkut, and this Orkut application again, it's a social media application. So where like same like Facebook, the features are same like Facebook, and this application, it's a product of Google. Okay, it's a product of Google. May I know the Facebook belongs to which company, who developed and who is managing this?
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is
Developed.
organizing this one. Developed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, still it is under Mark Zuckerberg or it is under Meta?
it is under Meta.
Right. Okay, it's under Meta. Now Google like Google initially introduced this Orkut application, and here what happened is this was developed based on waterfall. Now what they have done, they fixed certain like features. Okay, now let's say total 10 features. Okay, same like login or log out. Okay, and in social media, what all features we have, like photo post. We also have video post, right? We can share videos, we can like, we can share, all of this. So all these we generally call it as features, right? Now what they have done, initially they have developed all of this and they deployed. Deployed means they made it live. Now what happened is like end users like you, me, and everyone, we started using this application. Okay, now when we started using this application, they were not making any changes here. Okay, so this application they have developed and released it, but there were no major changes, no updates. So always we look for something new, right? Okay, so no updates in features, and second thing is like no engagement. So no engagement, okay, with the customers, and also like the application UI, okay, UI is completely same and no update in the UI as well. So this kind of things, like always as an end user, we expect something new. We expect something new. So something has to be updated, either color or UI or like some latest feature. Okay, let's take example of WhatsApp. So in WhatsApp, you can see earlier there were only message options. Now we have like video call. Now we have like general call, like audio calls. Okay, we can even share our screen. We can share the locations. Okay, everything is possible, right? In WhatsApp as of now, most of the features are enabled. So like this, as a customer, we expect something new, but Orkut was not like that. It was fixed. So they have developed something and they released it, and later on then there were no updates, no engagement, no engaging customers and UI updates. So these were lacking. Okay, so demerits, or we can say these were lacking. Okay, now later on what happened is like Facebook, it came into picture. Okay, Facebook was brought into market, and this was developed based on agile model. Now what is agile here? Now, instead of developing all the features at a time, what Facebook have done, so they have started following agile process. They initially like started the sprint. Okay, so sprint is nothing but we will schedule like 1 week to like 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, we can even schedule like this. So we will set some duration. Okay, 3 weeks of duration. So within this 3 weeks, we will focus on feature one and feature two. Feature one and feature two. Let's say this is going to be login, logout. Okay, second one is going to be like account creation. This is the important thing, right? And feature three, it's going to be like you can update your profile. And feature four is going to be like text message. Okay, so like this, they work on few features. So F1, F2, F3, F4. So they will work on this, and then what they will do, they will release this feature. Okay, so then they will release to the production. So once it is released to the production, as the end user, we generally access this application. Okay, now once we access this application, we even provide the feedback. Okay, so this management, like whoever are handling or managing this application, they will get the feedback from the customers. Okay, so like this, we just have taken an example of WhatsApp. Initially there were no much features, but later on going forward, we got all the features, right? They have updated each and everything. So in agile, what we will do is like we will plan like sprints. So sprint one, okay, we will focus on few features. Sprint two, we will focus on few more features. Sprint three, we will focus on few more features. So like this, we are going to uh, develop the application features. Okay, so in sprint one, F1, F2, F3, like F4, F5, and F6, F7, F8, F9. So like this, we'll focus on this. So immediately we'll get the feedback from the customers, and as we are focusing on less number of features, the code that we develop will be less, and we can easily test, we can easily deploy, we can easily get the feedback, right? And as we continuously keep on developing the features, even customers are engaged. Customers will feel happy that they are getting new features, like more advanced features. So they are also happy. So Facebook was very popular within very short time, because Facebook management was continuously engaging customers, right? They are engaging customers, they are satisfying customers, they are also taking the feedback from the customers, they are fixing the bugs, and this was the process. Okay, so this is how waterfall and agile varies. Okay, in the same way, in waterfall model we were facing a lot of challenges, and that we have uh, like sorted it out in agile process, right? In agile we can easily uh, like work with sprints, like work in sprints, and we can work on less number of features, then we will keep on adding the features like this. So this is a successful model. Okay, so agile is a successful model. Now after this, then we switched to DevOps. So initially we were following waterfall, then we switched to agile. Now then we switched to DevOps. Okay, so again DevOps is not completely new. Okay, this is not completely new. We'll talk about this. So waterfall, there were many challenges. Then we switched to agile, and agile is a successful model. Now, why DevOps? Okay, again the question is like, why DevOps? Any answer for this? Anything that you think, like anything that comes into
Yes,
your mind that, yeah,
Kiran.
please go ahead. Okay, so waterfall is going to be like a big block, and you can see agile process is going to be like a very simple and easy to handle. So waterfall is going to be more and more complex to start the process, end the process, and restart the process, right? And this is the difference between waterfall, agile, and DevOps. In waterfall, you can see for writing the code for all 10 features, we are spending a lot of time. At the end, we will go for testing, then we will go for deployment. Once we deploy it, once we deploy after spending 1 year, then the end user says that no, this application is not like fine. The application is not good, right? User interface is not good. Then we have to spend again 1 more year for correcting everything, right? Correcting each and everything. Now, agile process, we are able to quickly design code test, code test, code test, code test. Like this is sprint 1. Okay. This is sprint 2, like sprint 3, sprint 4. Okay. So like this, we are able to work on sprints, and we are able to do it fast. Now, even if I talk about DevOps, here it's even faster, not even fast, it's faster and quicker, because we are using automation tools. Just observe, if you are using like a Android mobile, in your Google Play Store, every day at least you will get one update from some application, right? So even you will get frequent updates. When you go to Google Play Store, there it will ask you to update your application. Now here what is happening? Everyone is following DevOps process. They are following automation. So we are able to very quickly make the changes and deploy it to the production and make it available to the end user. So this is the advantage of DevOps. This is why DevOps came into picture and how DevOps can solve the issue. Hope this is clear to you, right? Are we good till here? Can I get a confirmation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Kiran, I
Yeah,
have one doubt. Here,
yeah.
DevOps means it's a continuous
Int
deployment
integration.
and continuous integration, like deploying and testing, continuous process without
Yes, yes,
having any third party communication.
yes.
Okay, I'm clear.
Right. Okay. So, so here you can see what is DevOps actually. So DevOps is like, it's not a new technology. We are just changing the process. So DevOps is a set of practices or principles, and we also have used some tools to foster the collaboration between dev team and ops team. We are just improving the process. We are improving the existing agile process, so that you can see this like logo. Okay, this is called as a DevOps lifecycle. It's going to be like infinite loop. So it's going to be continuous process. It's going to be continuous process and it works continuously like this. Okay, no need to stop anywhere. Like whenever there is a code update, whenever there is a push, it's going to be deployed to the target. Okay, now DevOps, why DevOps? Faster, reliable, scalable, automation, improved collaboration, and we can even reduce cost. We can even reduce cost because when you do it manually, you have to spend a lot of time. For that, your resources has to be up and running and you have to pay for that. If you are reducing the time, then you even save cost, right? That is the power of DevOps. And why DevOps is trending in the market in 2025? Because of rapid cloud adoption. You can see everywhere you hear this buzzword, cloud, 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 anywhere, any like domain, right? So all the organizations are moving to cloud. So it's very important for us to learn cloud now. Okay, and also automation. So nowadays everything is possible with automation. Whenever you do a ATM transaction, okay, banking transaction, immediately you will get an alert. You will get a message. How you are getting? You are getting it through automation only. No one is sitting there and sending a message. Whenever you do a transaction, either it is a failure or a success. If it is a failure transaction, then even you will get an alert that yes, whatever the pin you entered is wrong. It's an automation process. Now growth of automation and AI, and next comes security and compliance. So even with cloud, we are able to improve the security and compliance, and we can stick to the rules and regulations of organization, and we can make use of Kubernetes containerization platforms which are going to help us to handle lot of traffic. We can highly scale, we can highly make it highly available and all. Remote work, agile operations, and high demand for DevOps skills. Now if you learn DevOps, then you can become a DevOps engineer. Once you get more like hands-on experience or practical project experience, then you can become a site reliability engineer. Okay, and then you can even become a platform engineer, cloud engineer. There are many roles based on our skill set, right? And next comes job market. You can see here, as per the latest market analysis, you can see it says that it says that DevOps market is projected to grow $30 billion by 2028. Especially you can observe here in Europe, we have 32% demand all over the world, and 7%, 29%, 4%, and 26% in Asia Pacific, and 2% in Africa and Middle East. So you can see highest percentage is in Europe. Okay, and if we look at the DevOps engineer salaries and all, then you can see entry level and mid level and senior level. This we have taken from Google. Okay, you can even search from the Google, like you can go through some websites where they are going to do some analysis and they provide. Okay, so lot of demand, and based on the skill set and all, if you perform better in the interview, you can even crack that role and you can even get paid more. Okay, industry is hiring DevOps engineer like finance, tech, and healthcare, and also like growth of cloud and DevOps jobs. So even if you learn cloud and or DevOps anything, like you will get a lot of jobs. Okay, we can even see that in the Google. Simple, go to Google here and search for DevOps jobs. Okay, so DevOps jobs in UK, simple search for this. Just scroll down. This is from Google. You can simply explore this. You will find a lot of jobs here. Senior platform DevOps engineer. Okay, so being a DevOps engineer, we can even work as a platform engineer. And here you can see it is posted 10 hours ago, 5 hours ago, DevOps engineer, senior Microsoft Azure DevOps engineer, 5 hours, 6 days, and 21 days, and 5 hours. 30 days, 1 day, 4 days, and 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, like this. You can see We can take any job. Okay, now let's quickly go through one of the job and we will see what kind of skill set they are looking for. So let's go to the description. Here you can see they are looking for this kind of skill and experience. Now they are asking us to like be aware of agile concepts, and you should be aware of DevOps concepts as well as Scrum. Okay, and any cloud platform is mandatory, either AWS or Azure. So if you are aware of AWS, you will be cracking most of the interviews, that I can assure you, because most of the organizations are using AWS. And next to that, if you are still aware of Azure, then that is also fine. Now, other than that, you can see infrastructure as a code. They are looking for Terraform, Puppet, Chef, and Ansible. So in our course also, we are including Terraform and Ansible. Puppet and Chef, again, these are the traditional tools, and nowadays we are not using these tools, but still knowledge of this is going to be sufficient. But we need to know how to operate Terraform and Ansible. And other than that, you can see experience in scripting languages and source control. This is also important as a DevOps engineer. So we will be learning about scripting languages, like as I'm talking about DevOps. So DevOps equal to automation. Just think like this. So DevOps equal to automation. Automation means scripting. Scripting means, so as a DevOps engineer, we don't need to learn like programming languages as an expert level, but like basic understanding is also fine. Okay, like we have shell scripts. Most of the cases we are going to go with a shell script that is for Linux only. Anyhow, we'll be covering in our course from scratch. Okay, no worries at all. And knowledge of source control, this how to manage our source code and everything need to be known. And what are the roles and responsibilities? So directly you can see from the official job description. So building and setting up development and infrastructure. So as a DevOps engineer, we will create the infrastructure. How we create the infrastructure? We have a tool called Terraform. Using Terraform, we will write the script and we will automate the creation of infrastructure. Okay, so once we create the infrastructure, then we build the CI/CD pipeline and consider this as the target platform to our CI/CD. Okay, so as a DevOps engineer, we even create the infrastructure and understand the needs of project stakeholders, automate and improve development and release process. As a DevOps engineer, our responsibility is to pull the code and release it. Now ensure that systems are safe and secure. Always safety and security matters a lot. We have to focus on safety and security as well before deploying it to the target platform. Now identifying technical problems and develop software updates and solutions. And all these are responsibilities of a DevOps engineer. Okay, hope this is clear to you, what actually a DevOps engineer do and what tools need to be learned. Are we clear with this? Anything to ask? I have shared this in the chat. I'm not sure whether you can access this or not. Okay, hope this is clear to you. You can just give a reaction. You can go to React and you can just give a thumbs up like this. Okay, so you can go to reactions and you can react. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. Okay. So if you click on this, this is for asking questions. Okay, you can raise your hand. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand, or else you can just simply just go through this like button. Okay, yeah. Hope no questions, and yeah, we'll proceed with the next. Now, roles and responsibilities. Just now we discussed from the official job description, where we'll be creating the infrastructure, where we will create a CI/CD pipeline. We'll focus on security, compliance, and site reliability, performance monitoring, and all of this, right? As a DevOps engineer, so we will be focusing on this. So once we set up the pipeline, no need of setting a pipeline every time. We'll do it only once and we'll work on that. Now, how we differentiate from a traditional system admin and a DevOps engineer? You can see traditional system admin used to do everything manually, manual, limited, basic, reactive, and work in silos. But when we talk about a DevOps engineer, we always focus on automation, automation, using infrastructure as a code, that is Ansible, Terraform. Automation using CI/CD pipelines. We build CI/CD pipelines. We go through highly scalable kind of infrastructure, and also advanced real-time insights by using some kind of tools like Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack and all. And also proactive. So before uh, before like any issue, we can identify it early bug detection or early identification. So this is possible with DevSecOps. Okay, and also works with Dev and Ops team. So these are the actual roles of a DevOps engineer. Now DevOps engineer skill set, what actually needs to be learned. So this is again an important thing to know, like what actually we need to learn as a DevOps engineer. So this is the complete roadmap. If you want to take the screenshot of this, you can take the screenshot of this, like what all tools we need to learn from scratch. Okay. Now to become a DevOps engineer, first we will need to understand basic concepts of Linux, like what is Linux operating system. Everyone knows how to use Windows, how to use Mac, right? Because Windows and Mac are more user friendly than Linux. So Linux is CLI. CLI means command line interface. So organizations will definitely prefer CLI only, not CLI, Linux only, because it is more secure and it is very, very important in the organization as a part of security, compliance, and productivity and all. So that's the reason organizations will prefer Linux. So we must be learning Linux. Second thing is going to be GitHub, where we actually store our code, and from there we are going to pull the code. So knowing GitHub or Azure repos or Bitbucket kind of version control system is going to help us. And third one is, like, you have to learn some uh, like CI CD tool. Okay, so which is going to be like Jenkins or GitHub Actions, or if I talk about Azure DevOps, we have Azure DevOps pipelines, and if I talk about AWS DevOps pipelines are there, and lot of things, right? So in our course we'll be focusing on Jenkins and GitHub Actions. So these two are again open source. So organizations are preferring open source because they don't need to pay for license. Okay, so everyone, if we are getting for free, then definitely we'll opt that, right? Okay. We don't want to pay for the things. Okay, we want to use it for free if they are giving for free, and these are secured as well. So that's the reason organizations are using. And definitely in every job description you will find this: knowledge of Jenkins, knowledge of GitHub Actions, knowledge of GitHub, knowledge of Linux, knowledge of Ansible, knowledge of Terraform, knowledge of Docker, knowledge of Kubernetes, knowledge of Prometheus, Grafana, AWS or Azure. Whatever the tools that are mentioned here, all are demanding in 2025. Okay, so every description you take, any description. So in this description, whatever we mentioned now, you can see here everything is available here. So knowledge of DevOps, knowledge of Agile, AWS, Terraform, Ansible, and also they mentioned Kubernetes, Docker, Jenkins, and also scripting languages like shell scripting. All of these are mentioned here. Okay, you can take any job description. There you will find Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Linux, virtualization, and AWS infrastructure. Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Linux, and see everywhere you will find this. Okay, everywhere you will find this. So they are not going to particularly ask you about DevOps on AWS only, or particularly about Azure, but knowing open source tools is very, very important. So every job description needs this. So this is the flow how we actually learn DevOps. Okay, so we have to learn these tools and then we will be working on that. Now these are the trending tools in the market, like Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana, and whatever we listed here in our AWS, like in our DevOps and cloud course, we'll be covering all of this, including AWS. Okay, we'll be covering AWS, we'll be covering Kubernetes, Terraform, Docker, Maven, GitHub, and Ansible, Jenkins, Git, Terraform, Grafana, Prometheus, and also we will learn about CI/CD pipelines, how to build a CI/CD pipeline. And you can see here let me show you this CI/CD pipeline. So CI/CD pipelines generally looks like this. Okay, I'll try to show another one. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you can see this is one such example of CI/CD pipeline. So what developers are going to do? Developers are going to write the code. They are going to push it to the GitHub. Once the code is pushed to the GitHub, then it's going to be automatically uh, GitHub is going to trigger an update to Jenkins. Jenkins is going to again pull the latest changes, and Jenkins will use the build tool to build and test it. Then once build and test is done, then it's going to be deployed, or it's going to create a Docker image and push it to the Docker hub. Then it's going to deploy to the Kubernetes cluster. So this is how a pipeline flow will be. So this pipeline is completely automated. Okay, this pipeline is completely automated. Let's say developer have, just for example I'm taking here, let's say developer have written the code as ABC. Now in your cluster also, as an end user, you can see ABC. If they make the changes as DEF, if they have added ABC and DEF, again you will see DEF in the target. Now how this is getting reflected? Because of this CI/CD pipeline. Whatever the changes that are done to the application code, that is going to be automatically executed throughout the pipeline, and that is going to be deployed to the target environment. So this CI/CD is very, very important to understand, and we have tools called Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI/CD, Argo CD and all. So we'll be learning most of the tools here, right? So these are the different stages: development, build process, testing process, and then it's going to be deploy and monitor. This is how a CI/CD pipeline flow, right? Uh, we have in CI also, CI/CD, we have different terms. Okay, I'll just talk about this. CI means what? Continuous
Continuous integration,
integration. And CD means
continuous deployment,
continuous deployment, or we can say delivery. Okay, so here we come across two terms, deployment and delivery. Now, whenever you attend for an interview, definitely they will ask you this question if they want to, right? Mostly people will get confused between deployment and delivery. Are you aware of deployment and delivery by any chance?
yeah, I know.
Okay. So what is the actual difference between deployment and delivery?
Deployment means publishing all of our API, all of our developer codes to one environment. Like we have different multiple environments, right? Like
Okay.
development environment, testing environment, UAT environment.
Yes.
Delivery means final delivery. Like in Agile, we have sprints, right? One sprint is delivered, second sprint is delivered. This kind.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is the difference you can see here. And this is going to be continuous deployment. Okay, this is delivery. Okay, so I'll write it here. This is going to be delivery, and this is going to be deployment. Now, what is the difference between these two?
During delivery, we need to take approval from a manager or team leader.
Okay.
In
So
deployment, it's directly once it is tested by quality analyst, automatically it will be in production server without
perfect.
taking anyone approval.
Right, right, correct. So this is delivery and this is deployment. So whenever we heard the term delivery, so it means that in our pipeline, there are certain stages where we need approval. Why we need approval? So whenever we are deploying our code to the production environment, that is live environment, we also call it as critical environment. So whenever we talk about critical environment, we always have to take care for deployment. So unnecessarily, like if you are not testing it, if you are not checking it, directly we released it to the production, then there is a bug. Then what happens? End user will face the issue. Now, if end user is facing the issue and our application is down, there is no meaning for our application. So definitely we have to take care of each and every step, each and every stage before deploying it to the critical environment or live environment or final production environment. Now, this is in case of live, but if we are working internally means within the local environment. So no end user is accessing this. So here no need of any manual approval. So we can directly deploy it. Even if there is a bug, that doesn't matter. Even if there is an issue with the application, that doesn't matter because we are working internally. It's not released in the production environment. It's a kind of pre-prod. It's a kind of pre-prod server. Now here, if there is an error with the application, then that's completely fine. We can accept because it's within the internal environment. It's not external. In case of external, you go with a delivery pipeline. In case of internal, go with deployment where manual approval is not required. So this is about CI/CD pipelines. Okay, hope this is clear to you. Are we good till here? Are we good till here?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, yeah, as I mentioned, as a part of our journey, we'll be learning about Linux, which is like a backbone for our for DevOps. So as a DevOps engineer, we must be learning a Linux operating system. Now, in Linux, we also come across scripting. Scripting is for automating the task, or we can say repetitive task. So for that, we need to learn the scripting, and also source code management, where we store our code in a central repository like GitHub, and CI/CD just now we discussed, and scanning tools. So whenever we are deploying our code to the production, we always need to check our code using SonarQube or Trivi kind of tools, which are going to do the analysis on the code as well as the Docker images, and this is going to secure our code, and it's also going to check the vulnerability and everything. Next one is like Terraform, which is going to help us in automating the creation of infrastructure. Let's say you want to create the production environment in AWS, then you can proceed with this kind of Terraform tool, which is going to help us in automating the creation of infrastructure. Once we create the infrastructure, then we can manage all the resources from a single control server. Okay, with a simple single control server, you can easily manage hundreds of resources. Let's say there are 500 machines. So all 500 machines can be easily managed using a tool called Ansible. Next comes Docker. Docker is latest like technology and trending technology. Nowadays we are using Docker containers, and where we are creating Docker containers and deploying our applications. So using Docker, we can like combine a code, dependencies, and also configuration, as well as container runtime, everything into a single uh, template, or we can say simple box. So we are packing everything in a box, right? Same thing we will do with the containers. So we will create a Docker image and we will deploy it to the target environment. Okay, this is the Docker architecture. So this Docker architecture is going to work like this. It's going to pull, it's going to build it, and it's going to run the containers. Okay, and next comes Kubernetes. So Kubernetes, you can see here, it's a kind of orchestration tool. In this image, you can see one person is like managing all the other what we say, like who are playing the instruments, right? So he's managing entire orchestra. Okay, all the people are playing instruments, and this person is managing all of them, like controlling all of them or giving some kind of instructions. So here, same thing Kubernetes also going to do. So Kubernetes is going to manage the Docker containers at scale, maintaining high availability, maintaining like high availability and highly scalable, and also automating everything, self-healing, lot of things. Kubernetes is very powerful tool. So without Kubernetes, now we are nothing. Okay, so recently we have watched a cricket match, right? Live cricket match. So that live cricket match and everything like automatically scaled up, scaled down, scaled up, scaled down. One application is like accessed by millions of people at a time. So live cricket matches watched by millions of people all around the world. How this is possible? How we are handling applications using Docker and Kubernetes. These are very popular and powerful tools. Okay. Now this is the Kubernetes architecture. This is going to like work like this. So there will be a master node, and this master node is going to manage control nodes. So okay, worker nodes. So like this we'll manage multiple worker nodes, and going forward we will also use monitoring tools and observability tools like Prometheus and Grafana. So these tools will help us to visualize our application performance, visualize our resource performance by beautiful and colorful like visuals, okay, graph and all of this. So this is going to help us in monitoring our application, whether our application is like facing some limited resources issue, or do we have any logs or error kind of issues. Everything can be sorted using this kind of visualized tools and all. Okay, and again, as a DevOps engineer, we must be aware of cloud platform like AWS, Azure, or GCP. These are the top three. So in our course, we'll be learning about AWS, and we will be able to use AWS and we can work with this, right? And DevOps certifications, like you can go ahead with a AWS certified DevOps engineer certification, or if you want to learn Azure specific DevOps, then you can go with a DevOps engineer expert here, as well as Google Professional Kubernetes. We have CKA, we have CKAD and CKS. And also if you want to master Terraform, we have HashiCorp Terraform Associate certification and also DevSecOps related certification. So few certifications will definitely help us, because whenever we go for an interview, there they are going to look for the certifications. If you have any certifications, they might add some weightage to your profile. Okay, so definitely we can just get some uh, advantage of this. Now resume tips, like you can just go through the resume tips, like well structure your DevOps resume. And what we observed is like format is not proper. So always we need to do a proper formatting, and highlight your DevOps skills and certifications, and also build GitHub profile. So most of the software organizations, they are going to look for GitHub profile. So we need to add GitHub profile in the like resume. And networking, LinkedIn and other job portals, always we have to be active on the job portals and always increase your network connections and all. That's going to help you. And live projects, so whatever the live projects that you do or internships, definitely we have to mention that in the resume. And interview preparation, always we need to focus on technical, and some people will take like they will just neglect this HR rounds and all. So definitely we have to focus and give equal importance to both. So this is going to give us a successful uh, like session in the DevOps.